अमन्त्रमक्षरन्नास्ति नास्ति मूलमनौषधम् अयोग्यः पुरुषो नास्ति योजकस्तत्र दुर्लभः.
Today we sit with one of the most quietly revolutionary verses in all of Sanskrit literature. It comes from the Subhashita tradition, the vast ocean of wisdom verses composed by anonymous poets and teachers across 2000 years of Indian history. Listen to it first, slowly. Amantram aksharam nasti, nasti moolam anaushadam, ayogyah purusho nasti, yojakas tatra durlabha. Now let us open it word by word. Amantram aksharam nasti. Aksharam means a syllable, a letter of the alphabet, and the word itself is beautiful because it comes from the root kshar, which means to perish or to flow away. So aksharam literally means the imperishable. The verse says there is no syllable, no aksharam, that is a mantram, that is not a mantra. Every sound, even the humblest letter, carries sacred potency for the one who knows how to use it. Then, nasti moolam anaushadam. Moolam means a root, the root of a plant, the part hidden underground. Aushadham means medicine. So, there is no root in the world that is not a medicine. And here, the poet is quoting the great physicians because the Charaka Samhita, the foundational text of Ayurveda, declares openly that no substance exists in this world that cannot become a medicine if one knows its right application, its right dose, its right combination. What we call a weed is simply a plant whose use we have not yet discovered. And now the third line, where the verse turns its gaze on us. Ayogya purusho nasti. There is no purusha, no person who is ayogya, who is unworthy, unfit, useless. No such person exists anywhere. And then the final quarter, the twist of the knife, delivered in just 4 words. Yojakas tatra durlabha. But the Yojaka, the Yojaka is rare. Who is the Yojaka? The word comes from the root yuj, which means to yoke, to join, to harness, the very same root that gives us the word yoga. A Yojaka is the one who joins things rightly, the one who takes the syllable and makes it a mantra, takes the root and makes it a medicine, takes the overlooked person and places them where they shine. And notice the precision of the grammar. For the syllable, the root, and the person, the verse uses nasti, does not exist. Uselessness does not exist. But for the Yojaka, it does not say nasti. It says durlabha, hard to find. The connector exists. He is simply rare. Sit with what this verse is really doing. Every time we call a person useless, every time we call a situation hopeless, this shloka gently turns the mirror around and says, the deficiency you have found is not in the person, it is in the seeing. The judgment ayogya is not a description of them, It is a confession about us. To condemn is easy, and everyone can do it. To configure, to connect, to place rightly, that is hard, and almost no one does it. That is exactly why it is Durlabha. The tradition itself gives us the great example. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is called Yogeshvara, the Lord of Yoga, which we can now hear as the Supreme Yojaka. On the battlefield, he receives a broken, weeping, self condemned archer, a man who in that moment looks utterly ayogya. Krishna changes nothing about the battlefield. He changes the connection, the yoking of Arjuna to his own nature, and the unfit man becomes the instrument of destiny. And the Gita defines yoga itself in this spirit. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga is skillfulness in action, the art of right joining. Modern psychology has slowly caught up with this verse. Strengths-based management teaches that great leaders do not fix weaknesses. They build around strengths, making weakness irrelevant. The famous Pygmalion studies showed that when teachers merely believed certain students had hidden potential, those students actually bloomed, because belief changes the connection. Chemistry gives us the perfect image too, the catalyst. A catalyst adds no new matter to the reaction. It simply lowers the barrier so that what was always possible finally happens. The Yojaka is a human catalyst. So, how do we live this? Let me leave you with 3 questions and 1 practice. First, ask yourself, whom have I quietly filed away as useless? A colleague, a relative, perhaps a version of myself? Have I ever tried changing the placement, the role, the framing, or did I only demand that they change while everything around them stayed fixed? Second, where in my own life am I the misyoked root? Where do I feel worthless? And is that truly a verdict on my substance or only on my current position? What context would turn this weed into medicine? Third, the next time the word useless rises in my mind, can I hear it as this verse hears it? Not as a fact about the object, but as a measurement of my own vision. And here is the practice. For the next 7 days, keep 1 Yojaka hour. Each morning, whisper the last 4 words of the verse, Yojakas tatra durlabha, and set the intention, today I am the rare one. Then, once each day, perform 1 deliberate act of connection. Introduce 2 people who ought to know each other. Hand someone a task shaped to their real strength. Take 1 idle skill or idle hour of your own and yoke it to a living need. And whenever you catch yourself dismissing something as worthless, pay a small tax. Before moving on, you must imagine 1 right use for it. In the evening, write a single line. What did I connect today? The final gift of this sloka is its tenderness. It never asks you to acquire anything new. Every sound around you is already a mantra. Every root is already a medicine. Every person, including you, is already worthy. The universe, says the poet, has no scrap heap. It has only 1 vacancy, forever open, for the one who joins things together. Amantram aksharam nasti, nasti moolam anaushadham, ayogyak purusho nasti, Yojakas tatra durlabha. May you become the rare one.
अमन्त्रमक्षरं नास्ति नास्ति मूलमनौषधम् अयोग्यः पुरुषो नास्ति योजकस्तत्र दुर्लभः